Struggling to get your wife or girlfriend to understand your comic hobby? Then stand by, because we got ways to win her over, and it's coming up. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian with Simpleman's Comics. Got my good buddy Rooster here with me today, and he's got 5 ways to win an argument with your girlfriend or your wife over comic books. Hey, what's going on, Rooster?
Yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Go ahead. The floor's all yours.
Alright, guys.
I got 5 ways here, okay? So we're gonna get this going. We're gonna get it going good. And you guys are gonna like it. You're gonna like what I have to say. And next thing you know, your wife's gonna be liking comic books, your girlfriend's gonna be liking comic books, everyone's gonna be liking comic books, okay? So, number 1. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy 2 tickets to Comic-Con, one for you, one for her, but you don't tell her, right? You just tell, you know what you can tell her? You say, hey, we going to a Grey's Anatomy conference, because they like Grey's Anatomy. All them women like Grey's Anatomy. They all like Grey's Anatomy. So you say, they get all excited, right? And then they wonder why you're wearing all your comic book stuff, and you're like, well, I don't know Grey's Anatomy, I'm just gonna take you with me. So you take her, and then once you get there, and then you go, surprise, it's Comic-Con. And then she might whine and complain, but I'm sure she's gonna have a good time. The whole point is, she doesn't like comics because she's not acclimated to it. So you need to take her there and show her what all the fun's about digging through long boxes and smelling people that don't bathe and stuff like that. So once you get her there, she's gonna love it. I guarantee it. I don't know about that one, Rooster. I don't know if I want to take my wife to Comic-Con. She'd just probably flip the freak out on me, and then I'd have to deal with it for days later. And you know what? I don't want to take her to someplace she's not going to enjoy, because not only that, it'll ruin all my fun. But hey, whatever you say. Yeah, you're just strange. You're not like everyone, though. All right. This one's a good one. Tip number 2. When you're in the middle of an argument and you want to make sure that she's seeing, you know, comic books are relevant to real life and you're arguing, start throwing out comic book references. You know what works for me? Is I start empathizing to her point of view. And it might not even be a real comic reference. I just make stuff up. Like, baby, I understand where you're coming from. You know, I was just reading Spider-Man number 472, and in there, you know, Peter and Jane, they were going through the same type of situation, and he was just like, you know, you just make it up. And then all that, she's like, oh, that really happens in the comic books? And then you're like, yeah, and then you should give it a read. And then she starts reading comic books, and bam, she loves it. Now you guys both love comic books. Whew. And then sometimes, you know what else? Is you throw little prompts in there, right? Like, well, I was reading Spider-Man the other day. You know, Spider-Man, and then Mary Jane, and then she'll get your point, and then she'll like comic books. I guarantee it. So in the middle of an argument, I'm supposed to just start throwing out comic references or making comic references up, and then expect her to just say, that's a good argument. That's she's just gonna concede to that. That's not gonna happen. What do you mean? What do you mean? You just shut your mouth. You don't know. It's my tips. Let me give them. We're starting to get into the big guns here. Now, you gotta have the cojones pull this off. You can't be scared. All right? Here it is. Number 3. Number 3. Kids are weapons. Use them. Weaponize them. You just say, baby, I'm buying these comics because I'm investing in their future with them. You know what? Back in my day, if my parents would have bought comic books, I think every kid for their parent that bought that issue of Superman, when Superman died, every kid went to Harvard. I'm telling you. Look it up. Look it up. Every parent that bought that issue, they put their kid to Harvard or Yale or some good college. They got out of the freaking trailer park. They got out of everything, and their kids went to Ivy League school. Done deal. Tell them you're invested in the future, and they'll buy off on it. And then they like comic books. Everything's about getting your wife or girlfriend or whoever to like comic books with you. Now, I will admit some truth to that, because when I first started buying comic books and my wife was like, what are you doing with all these comic books? I did say that hopefully I was investing in part of my kids' future because my collection will be passed down to them, and hopefully there's something worth there that if they want to, they can sell some of the books and then pay for some college or do what they need to with it. But I did use some of that, but I think I did it in a different manner than you did. So, all right, number 4. This is number 4, guys. Whenever you're being asked, why do you keep buying so many comic books? Flip it around on them. Flip it. Flip it around on them. Be like, why am I buying so many comic books? Why are you buying so many things like shoes and makeup or clothes for the kids? You know? Then they're like, turn it around on them. And then it just takes the focus off of you and puts it on them. Yeah. It's pretty good, huh? I thought that all by myself. It worked. I don't think that would work too well, but at least I have worked out where we both have money that pay the bills, and then she has her money she uses for her stuff, and then I have my money I put aside for my stuff, and we don't question each other about our purchases unless it's a super big purchase. But if it's my own money and it's what we have budgeted for our own stuff, then I think we're good with that one. But I think you have a funny way of doing it. It'll work. Number 5. Really like to get your girlfriend or your wife to like comic books. I've done some studying. I've tried to, figure out what they like. So you want to introduce them to comic books by buying them DuckTales. Yep. Why, you ask? Because it's got nothing but pictures of duck faces. And all these pictures I see online of women, they always like making this hand on the hip and making these duck faces and pictures. I'm like, what is that? What is that crap? But if they like it, and you buy DuckTales, and they look at it, it's got that brain connection or whatever where they puts what they like, and they see it on the page with duck faces and duck face pictures, they start liking comic books. And if you want to take it a step further, take pictures of your comics and then throw them little stupid little Snapchat filters on it with dog ears and funny little faces. Put those Snapchat filters on the comic books and they'll like them. It's magic. Women love it, that Snapchat crap. I don't understand it, but hey, if you're trying to win them over, that's the point of this, right? Snapchat your comic books. Yeah. Could you imagine that? Spider-Man or like Batman with some like pig nose and stuff. We might not like it, but they will. So you do it. That's funny because women do like them duck faces and them hands on the hips. They always take pictures like that. And yeah, I don't understand that whole Snapchat thing. But if you think you gotta win them over with comic books, then have at it. Alright, I got a little bonus tip for you. This is like the nuclear button, right? All else fails and you guys are in this drop down argument and she's freaking seeing red on you and you have nothing to calm her down with. I got the ultimate distraction. You sit there and you nod your head and you keep nodding. Say, yeah, I understand. And then she keeps steaming and keeps going higher and higher. What you want to do is, right when you think she's at her top limit, you take your finger and you lick your finger, get nice and moist, lick it good, and then right in the middle of her sentence, man, you just kind of tap her on the nose with it, a little wet finger, kind of like a wet willy, but you lick that finger and tap her on the nose, boom. It's like that Crocodile Dundee stuff, man. She just like, whoa, what just happened? And loses her train of thought, and you can just kind of go on with your day. Because, well, when I say go on with your day, I mean like go probably out the door pretty quick to the bar or wherever you're gonna go, because that just stops her for a few seconds and then the argument comes back and it's like 10 times worse than it was. But if you just need like a quick break to get the heck out of there, man, I'm telling you, lick the finger, tap the nose, pow! And then it's like, whoa. Just whoa. It works, man. So you're saying that you, when it's in the heat of the moment and she's really mad at you, to take her focus off of it, you just lick your finger and tap her on the nose. You know what? If I'm doing that, I'm tapping her on the nose and I'm running the heck out of the house because she's gonna come at me with a freaking bat or a gun or something like that, and my life is not safe at that moment. So let me ask you, how many times have you been married? What do you mean, how many times have I been married? You know what? That's why I'm so good at this, because I've had so many marriages, right? I'm on number 7. This is number 7 for me. So believe me, I know what I'm talking about, right? So you don't really have marriages. You more of like have a lease, right? You have like a lease. You lease wives. Is that what you do? Because you know it's not going to last long. That's just marriages. I've had like, I can't even count the girlfriends. I mean, I just go down Piggly Wiggly and I'm like a magnet down there. Anyhow, so that's all I got for you guys. Those are my 5 tips plus a bonus tip on how to win your girlfriend or wife over on comic books. Hope you heed my suggestions. Next thing you know, you guys will be holding them hands and skipping to the comic book store together. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I understand what you're saying, Rooster, but I think I'm going to take my own avenue on here, and I would suggest to everyone watching to not really follow these tips. I would suggest just compromising with your wife or girlfriend. They aren't going to totally understand comics. Some people don't. If you're lucky and you have a wife or a girlfriend or significant other that enjoys comic books with you, then hey, that's great. If not, you just got to work out some type of compromise. My wife's not big about comic books, but she understands my love and passion for them. So we have it worked out. But I would not really suggest following Rooster's advice here. But I do appreciate you coming out. And we look forward to future comic book reviews, because I think you're better at reviewing comics than offering relationship advice. So thanks, Rooster. This is Rooster out. Rooster!